On the same day the first of the child tax credits payments were issued, the Biden administration announced a new campaign for Americans to sign up for the Affordable Care Act.
And they're calling it the Summer Sprint to Coverage. And Secretary of Health Human Services Xavier Becerra is here to tell us more about it. Mr. Secretary, thank you for being here. And tell us how we're doing. The numbers can kind of fluctuate in terms of the uninsured rates in this country. And a lot of people lost insurance during the pandemic. So now with this push, you've got 2 million who have signed up in this special period that started in February. So with 2 million signed up, what are insurance, the rates of uninsured in this country looking like right now?
Well, TJ, thanks for having me. And we still have about 10% of the American public that does not have access to health care through insurance. And that's not good because that means you pay a lot of money out of pocket or taxpayers have to pay for you. And we've got this sprint going on because it's been going on since, as you mentioned, February, August 15th deadline. Some 2 million Americans have already signed up and gotten great health care coverage. Now they have that peace of mind. We're hoping they're joined by other Americans who still haven't, because remember, it's not just that you get insurance, it's now affordable. Of those 2 million, a good number of them, plus some who returned to the website to see if they could lower their insurance premiums, went on. And guess what? Today, about 1,200,000 Americans found that they are now having insurance coverage for about $10 a month in premiums.
And Secretary, yes, it's affordable, but perhaps only for the next 2 years, because you get these enhanced premium subsidies, which basically are deep discounts on insurance coverage, but it's set to expire in 2 years. What happens then?
Well, Amy, first, I want to remind you that in the last year, 600,000 Americans have died from COVID, and a whole bunch of those Americans didn't have insurance coverage. We want people to be covered. Lots can happen to you in 2 years, and what we hope is that Congress will continue to support the president's push to keep those tax breaks for health insurance coverage in place, which means all those Americans continue to have affordable rates. We hope others will join August 15th. Don't wait till the end. If you sign up now, by the way, your insurance coverage will start on August the 1st.
Secretary, we want to talk about the alarming COVID situation that's happening here in this country. We know that the Biden administration has sent surge response teams to some of those COVID hotspot states, areas in certain states where they have very low vaccination rates. And of course, we now know this Delta variant is really raging throughout this country. What is the plan to combat this variant and to get people vaccinated?
We continue to turn to doctors, the family doctors, to pastors, to your teachers. We're looking for all those trusted Americans who live next door to you to help us get to that neighbor, that friend, that relative who's still not yet vaccinated, hesitant, or has heard information that isn't true, by the way, that keeps them from getting vaccinated. We want those trusted voices to help us reach those Americans that are still out there, still very susceptible to COVID and to dying. Because remember, 99% of Americans to today are dying from COVID are unvaccinated. And so if you ever needed to hear a fact versus just a story, that's it.
Secretary Becerra, you kind of stepped in it not too long ago when you said during an interview that it is absolutely the government's business to know whether or not people are vaccinated. You went back and tried and clarified. You're not saying you all have a database of people who are vaccinated and not vaccinated. But what were you trying to say? It got a lot of attention and a lot of criticism. And do you say now that the government should know who is and isn't vaccinated?
No, TJ, I didn't get into anything other than trying to save American lives. What I simply said is we absolutely should be concerned that 600,000 Americans have died from COVID, many of them preventable deaths. But it is absolutely the business of our federal government to try to help people remain healthy and stay alive, just as it's absolutely our business to make sure our economy is moving forward. We will do everything it takes under the law to make sure that we're working with our local partners, our trusted volunteers, to make sure Americans are safe.
Secretary of Health and Human Services, Xavier Becerra, thank you for your time. We appreciate it today.
Thank you.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.